Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Sons and Daughters of Liberty. Yeah, I know. Me again. On this one. Crap. And by hearing that, it's just going to reaffirm to me that I need to go change my Bluetooth. Would not be good. I wanted to do a topic that's much more funner than ones we've done earlier today. Not that those weren't fun to do. I also want to stay with the channel that's all about. Tonight we're going to discuss the importance of being prepared and being aware of your surroundings. And it looks like my chat's working finally. Funny. I didn't want to work earlier when I actually wanted it to work. Some of the headaches we deal with when we bring certain topics to mind. Just share this real quick to Twitter. Okay, that was easy. So when we last left our group of adventurers, oh wait, wrong table, my bad. Sorry, I couldn't read this. But the importance of being prepared and being aware of our surroundings. Last week, I think it was last week, I did a video on the importance of preparing the mind and body. So this is kind of, you're going to see a trend here in some of these videos. Because there is an importance to all these things. And the first thing is, we need to try to keep this to common sense. And as close to reality as we can. And the reality of things is simple. Everybody's different. And many people, when we enter such situations, whether it be shit hits the fan or just be, we're driving to work and we come upon an accident. That we might be able to be more prepared for those things because, we don't know that things are ever going to hit the fan. Chances look good for it, but we've been saying that for years. But there's an importance to being prepared. There's an importance to being aware. Your awareness to your surroundings, and the things that you might not know. By becoming aware, by learning new things, it helps you be more prepared. These are the things we're going to talk about tonight. We're probably going to jump around quite a little bit, but the first thing we got to realize, if you really haven't experienced something, you're not going to know how to react. Because you haven't ran those scenarios. Or thought about these things. Your initial reaction might be shock. First time you see a sight of blood, or you have to kill an animal, put food on your table. Not everybody's cut out for that. That's something we also have to understand. But tonight I want to keep it to the basics and common sense stuff. So, like I said, I want to touch on a bit on the experiences. Some of us, I grew up outdoors doing outdoor things. I grew up out in the woods, hunting, fishing, trapping, but I also had other things. I learned how to work on cars in the garage. On top of that, I learned how to cook. I enjoy cooking. Actually, I'm pretty quite good at it. I have jobs as a chef, so I should tell you. But I'm more comfortable outside. Cooking for me is a form of relaxation. It's the way I clear my mind. Plus, it helps to know how to cook. You know how to cook things and use some vegetables, growing your own stuff. That's important. Learning how to grow your own food. Also, learning how to can. Because, we're just not dealing with crisis. You could end up losing your job and in between jobs. Where, if you've got a garden and stuff growing, or you built your own little greenhouse. People that haven't watched some of my videos, my do-it-yourself videos, I've created my own sawmill, portable sawmill, so I can make my own lumber by using just refurbishing stuff that's been laying around but not being used anymore. Reclaiming stuff that people don't want and that could have a purpose, be reused for projects like building your own greenhouse, which I plan on doing in the fall. This week it's supposed to rain in the next 2 days, so after it stops raining, I'm going to finish sharpening the chainsaw chain and start milling up the wood to let it dry over the rest of the summer so come fall to start building the greenhouse. And I'm going to use the stuff that's laying around. We've got a bunch of tarps. And these are projects I'm going to share with you. By sharing it with you, it'll give you experience. It'll give you something to go on. It'll make you think. And that's the other part of being prepared. Is being able to think outside the box. Look at the things you got around, laying around. That's just gathering dust that you might write off as junk. But nothing's junk. Everything can be refurbished. Old video games or old computer or old cords that are laying around to be refurbished and used to make things. Or something I am going to touch on a bit tonight as well is bartering. Some of the stuff, all that stuff has value. Maybe not right now to people, but there's some people out there that actually know how to refurbish and that would take that because they could use some of that wiring or some of the electronics in that to refurbish something, to set up their solar or wire stuff. I think now you're trying to see what I'm getting at. Nothing's junk. And it's being aware of those things. Because right now, we have internet, we have TV, we have access to be able to watch videos, read books, read survival manuals, stuff like that, with me educating ourselves. There's all kinds of videos on YouTube that can teach you how to do things, how to old skills. That's some of the other stuff we're going to get into. How to make some old tools. Because you don't know. By learning how to do them, you have that knowledge. So if something ever happened, now you have that knowledge to be able to react to a situation. A lot of people make fun of the preppers. Well, actually, they're more prepared for just everyday common hiccups. Storm comes by, we're without power for a couple of days. Well, we're a little bit more prepared because, we have generators, or we have solar, or we have wind power generators that can keep our refrigerators going so stuff don't spoil. And we're aware of the limits what we can actually use. Like, we're aware of our store surplus, how much we got built up, the lack of. In my case, it's the lack of. But we also realize, like, come harvest time, when we harvest our gardens and stuff, yeah, we're going to use quite a little bit of it, but we're not going to use all of it. Some of it we can, and what we don't can, here's something I don't hear many people talking about. We're going to let it dry out to collect the seeds, so we have seeds for next year's crop. So we're not depleting our stockpile of seeds. We're actually increasing our seeds. And it's about just those little things, being aware that, okay, I can dry these out. So I got more than enough canned for this year in case something would happen and I, lose my job. And those are the things you want to think about. That's part of being prepared. It doesn't mean for a crisis. And yeah, that's what we talk about a lot, because it's trying to make you aware of that, because most people, like I said, you're not going to really know how to react the first time you come across a body. Unless you've been in the military where you've experienced that, or a police department, EMT. Most people this day and age don't even know how to do CPR. They haven't done basic first aid training. For those that haven't, take some courses. Just a basic course prepares you. It also allows you, hey, you come across an accident, you might be able to help out until the EMT gets by. Now, warning to the wise on that one. Being a good Samaritan, like in the state of Ohio, can get you in trouble. You can actually get you sued if you move a person or do something. They can actually come back on you. Some states have laws, unfortunately. It doesn't mean don't be a good Samaritan. I mean, it won't stop me. But if you go to sue me, you're not going to get much. But also by doing these things, it helps us connect, be more aware. Bartering is a very important tool. Knowing the value of things that we would normally not think would have value. Somebody may have need for that, and they may have something we need, and we can trade. Your skill, the more you learn, the more you're able to do, the more service you're able to give. Hey, I can fix this, I can do this. So you have a value, a need based on your skills, which is important. You can trade for food by doing work. If you got hunting skills, you can trade furs, or trade for meat, for vegetables, for medicine. If you know how to sew, now you guys are going to start seeing why I'm a jack of all trades. A master of none, because it's important to be. Sometimes I might have to rely on some services, my knowledge, to be able to get work when work's not readily able to be found. I need to be able to jump from one situation to the next and be able to put yourself in a position that you can make ends to survive. These are common sense things. Common sense thing that gets overlooked a lot. Like me, I spoke of it in some videos about how I was going about building up my prepping supplies when I was working. I put myself on allowance because, let's face it, money just don't go very far these days. By the time you take out for your bills, take out for your gas and food, they don't leave you with much. I was lucky I wasn't paying that much for rent. Didn't have no car payment. But I had some miscellaneous bills. You know, Older vehicles require maintenance. And when they blow up, you got to replace them. But the nice thing about that is I'm mechanically inclined. I grew up in the garage. I grew up working on race cars and other things. So I know how to work on a car. So I don't have to pay a mechanic. That's a plus. That's a benefit. I know how to do small engine repair. I know how to improvise and take something that's not working and make it work. But sometimes we got to start at the basics. Because it's the basics that teach you. It's the experience. It's having people like me that's got experience in many different genres and areas of things come in here and simplify it instead of talking complex scenarios. Which I will do that too as well, because there's scenarios, that's like bugging out. You know, you're going to want to, like for me, I'm getting ready to do a video here shortly on, about, I think next week I'm going to do it. I was informed to recheck my bug out path, because like I said, I can't bug in. The area I'm in, I might be good for a couple weeks to a month, but it's not defendable. And I live out in the country, so I'm in flat land, so it'd be hard to protect what we're setting up. But by doing these things here, it allows me to show you guys how to do things. It allows me to, build up some sort of surplus in the, for some hard times. This is like when I was talking about when I was working, putting money aside. I put money, okay, $20. And that $20 is an extra a lot of stuff. It's knowing that sometimes, yeah, I'd like to have that expensive piece that I know might last a lot longer. I'll tell you what, this cheap $70 knife that I bought will last just as long as that good $50 knife. As long as I use my head and don't abuse it. I know its limits. So therefore don't push it over its limits. Which means I won't take off the rock to use as a baton to split my wood. Common sense. You learn to make your stuff last. You learn to get by with what you got. These are the important aspects. And you might always find somebody that might have something a little bit better. It's also learning how to make your own stuff. Because believe it or not, a lot of stuff you can make will last longer than stuff that you can buy. What I was doing, I was taking $20. Okay, $20. I want to get this, make sure I have this. The essentials, the important stuff. I missed a few important things. But car blew up and I had to start making payments on another vehicle that I paid cash for. I owned it. No bills, no nothing. Found somebody working for me, allowed me to make payments on it. So that worked out. I was still able to put some aside. Then what I did, come the next check, whatever I had left over from the last check, I could use it for some more prepping stuff. I could put it away. A lot of times I just put it away. I stayed with that $20. Set your limit. You know what you can afford. All that loose change and extra that you have, put it aside. Put it away. Put it in a safe or some hidey hole. Rainy day fund or emergency fund. For me, it was an emergency fund. It was for whatever, really. In case I needed it, when I needed it. And eventually I needed it. The situation came up where I ended up having, where I was staying, I just couldn't stay there no longer. It was nothing for no bad reasons. It was just my friend needed to bring somebody else in that could watch the kids so he could get out and get work, which was quite understandable. So I ended up coming back to Ohio, just paid off the trucks. Really, I didn't have much cash, but I had a little bit of an emergency fund put away. And that lasted me till I got my income tax. You know, by living within your means, you learn these things. You know, plus I wasn't there to live to begin with. I was there to help out. I made a promise to help him with this place, get it set up so they could live, and get it set up so the place could be self-sufficient. I give him something. He's a real close friend. He's a brother, so. And it's a place I know I can always go back to if something would ever happen where I'd have to bug out. Yeah, that's where I'm bugging out. And, you know, it was brought up to me about certain things and some of the routes I would take. You know, so it's kind of forced me to rethink things, having to change. But when you start planning those, you know, you can pull up topographical maps to see where your water sources are, your heavy habitats, wildlife areas, where you can hunt and live off the land as you're traveling, which by doing that keeps you out of your supplies. It allows you to stretch your supplies farther. I mean, no, you're not going to be, every day you're not going to be able to catch something to eat. But if you know what vegetation in that area is edible, and you've already thought about it, you take a little trip, camping trip, or just walk a bit and seeing what's there. You know what you can actually eat and live off the land. These are some really important common sense things that kind of overlook. And it's important when you're planning something like that to have multiple routes, but include these into your routes. Like I said, everybody's different. Nobody knows how they're going to react, because especially to situations and scenarios that they've never encountered before. You know, we can easily say we can do it, but until you're put in that situation, you will not know. And a lot of it becomes a mental game. It's mental. A lot of it is flight or fright. And that's important, especially now if you're in an area where you want not where you're just bugging in. You want to know your community, who's around you. You want to kind of make ties with them, you know, talk to them about bartering and stuff. Community gardens. That's for everyone to build up stores. I'm more solitary. You know, kind of how I grew up. I was taught survival. I was taught how to survive, even winter survival. Polar bear camping, polar bear excursions, fun. Because you learn how to adapt to harsh climate, harsh weather, and survive those. You can survive pretty much anything. You learn things that you can eat that will give you nutrition. You know, these are a lot of things that our younger generation don't know anymore. It's forgotten. It's not a value anymore. We get caught up in the tech side of things, which is nothing wrong. Tech's good. It allows us to come on and actually learn from other people on like YouTube, other platforms. Learn from their experiences, things they share. But at the same time, when you do that, go do it. You know, almost every state and every county in the state, they have communities that have bartering, or they have restores. You know, where you get people donate stuff that you can get dirt cheap to build things with. You know, like even Lowe's. Certain times of year they have discounts on stuff. like submit. Certain times of year, you'll find their quick creek like 99 cents a bag, 50-pound bag. It's knowing the seasons when certain stores run those deals. That way you know to put away for it. You might have some projects you want to do that requires that. Or you might know somebody in your community that has an overabundance of it, and you might be able to work something out with them for some labor that's a project they need done that they can't do, that you have knowledge and skills in. These are some of the important things. Like I said, being prepared it also has a lot to do with knowing, being aware, and aware of all of your surroundings, aware of yourself, your limitations. You know, not everybody can do 50 miles, 60 miles, hike a day. I know I can't, and I'm in shape, but I've used and abused my body over the years. You know, like I said, knowing when the best time to travel, you know, knowing when you want to be more in shade instead of in the open. Or the hottest part of the day, you want to be in the shade. You want to be, if you're traveling in the hottest part of the day, you want to be where you're not taking the full brunt of the sun. You know, and you got to learn to listen to your body. Your body's going to tell you everything you need to know. I mean, the most important things we'll learn is our preparedness and our awareness. It's not of our surroundings, but of ourselves. And they go side by side. They coincide. You know, like it goes back to what I said, everyone's different. A lot of people think, oh yeah, I can do this. I'll be like, oh no, not a problem. No, until you encounter that fact, it sounds good. And I've caught myself a bunch of times saying, oh yeah, not a problem, I can do that. Yeah. They quickly learn that, yep, I don't know who you were tricking, but you definitely didn't trick them, and you really didn't trick you. You might have tricked yourself for a little bit until you actually tried to do it. So, you know, sometimes, like, you know, for me, I can be more solitary where others, no, they can't. They're going to have other people around them. And there's nothing wrong with that. But also be aware of the people you bring around you. You've got to be able to trust them. You've got to have skills that can just not benefit you, but benefit everybody that's within your group. Guys, the sad fact is, those types of situations, you can't have a freeloader. A freeloader is not putting back into your stores. It's not putting food on your table. It's not getting the job work done that needs to be done around the place. And if anything, he's bringing you down. And eventually taking things that your group will need to continue to survive. Just like, you know, right now, they're being prepared. We never, when we deal with this earth, Mother Nature, the storms, we never know when a freak storm's going to come. We don't know when it's going to knock power line down, bring a tree down on your house. You know, we don't know when we go down the road to go to work, we might run into a deer. And, you know, it happens. We don't know, we might encounter an accident or somebody swerves to miss a deer and ends up colliding with us. You know. So, no, I don't laugh at people that actually carry a bug out bag or emergency bag, whatever you want to call it. As long as it's got some first aid stuff in there, stuff to could help you survive or help aid another person. These are important things, you know. And a lot of this stuff is just basic common sense stuff you put in there. Keep a couple bottles of water, you know, miscellaneous first aid items. You'll be amazed what you can actually use for God, you know. And just keep those stuff in your car. You know, the bottles of water, a little drawback to that. Plastic, when it gets hot, can put toxins into the water, so you are going to want to change them out, especially if you're during the winter, not so much, but also remember during the winter, if you've got water bottles in your car, they will freeze, so you're going to have to wait to have heat to thaw the ice, especially if you don't got snow. So if you don't got snow, you don't got water. You can't put melt snow into water or stuff. Yeah. Bro, you know, hey, I'll tell you what. You guys can knock me all you want. The cheapest food item you can get, ramen noodles. Ramen noodle soups. The noodles. They're loaded with carbs. Carbs is energy. They will fill you up. Now, something they don't teach you that you might not know about. Summer sausage, you know, like the Eckrich Farm sausages and stuff. Those actually stay preserved for they have a very long shelf life. Same way with tuna. Now they sell them, you know, the packs. Instead of the cans, you just get them the packs of Taro. Those things last for a while. They got tuna beans, and they're not expensive. They're actually cheaper than a lot of the foods that you'll spend for your bug out stuff. You know, like, I can't think of the names, but you know what I'm talking about. All kinds of them, or they're even cheaper than MRE you can get. And they will make a meal that will sustain you, that will give you the proteins and energy. You know, for $20, trust me, you can get a month's supply of stuff that's not going to take up hardly no room in your bug out bag. And that will last, that you don't have to worry about. And it's easy to cook. Nice thing about the noodles, you just add water, hot water, they'll swell up. You just cut up your summer sausage, or you just open your tuna pack, put it in there. You got a meal that's going to fill you up. Especially how people that hunt, take a portion of that meat that you're not going that you normally make into steaks and stuff, process it into jerky. Jerky has a long shelf life. For those that like the nuts, like the trail mixes and stuff, the nuts, the raisins and stuff, that stuff has a long shelf life, makes them up. Like I said, guys, because, you could be going down, winter's the best time where some of this stuff really comes in handy, because you could be driving out in the winter, driving to work, and get stranded in the ditch, slide off in the ditch, and you could be there for a while. Hey, you have a way to keep warm, you got a way to sustain yourself while you're waiting for somebody to come. So no, don't make fun of people that talk about bug out bags, about being prepared, because like I said, you don't know. Yes, I might be preparing for a major crisis down the road that probably will never come. I'm also prepared for everyday hiccups that come along. And I'm aware that these things will happen. So when it does happen, I'm not going to be in shock. Well, what do? I've already trained myself what to do by preparing myself. So now I'm aware when the situations come. I'm aware, oh, I got this. Okay, I'm good. Or, but I'm not good because it's pouring down rain and therefore it's chilly. So if I get wet and I have to walk back, or I got a long ways to go to get to where I'm going, getting wet is not going to help me. So, oh, that's right. That's why you keep some extra clothes put in your vehicle for cases like that, and a way to keep them dry. Heavy-duty trash bags will be your best friend. There's many uses for them besides putting trash in them. A way to keep your gear dry, so make a pillow, soften up the ground so you're not sleeping on a damp ground, because at night things get moisture, and when it gets moisture, it gets wet, it gets cold. Dampness, cold, and body heat don't mix. It'll make you cramp up and become sore. So, yeah, like I said, there's many scenarios that we deal with in everyday life that just by being a little bit prepared can help us through things. And right now, building your own gardens, learning how to create your gardens, learning how to grow things is important. One, it gives you backup food. Two, that's less you gotta buy at the grocery store, which gives you extra money to do something else with. Or it allows you to help somebody else who's on some hard times. Well, here, I've got a bunch of extra stuff that we're not going to use. We're just going to can up and store away, but here you go. And by doing stuff like that, especially with your neighbors and stuff, you know, they might have, in return, they might offer some skill, something that you might need to have done, but you just don't know how to do it. They might get and do it for you. So it's the other way to look at things. It can't be all doom and gloom all the time. You know, but also being aware to, I hate to say it. Oh boy, do I hate to say it, because, that's why I'm doing this video tonight, because just all the stuff I covered earlier today is, yeah. But it allows you to be aware of certain points. When people start talking things, which will they happen? We don't know. We can never know. But when we start hearing more things being talked about, being said, it allows us to be a little bit more aware and one step ahead of the game, which is important. If there is truth to the early bird gets the worm. Like me, I enjoy fishing. I know fishing spots where only certain times in that area will there be fish. And I know, well, if I'm not an early bird to get to that spot, somebody else is going to get to it. I'm not the only one that knows about it. Because we all know life throws us monkey wrenches almost every hour. For me, a lot of the monkey wrenches have been, I've been doing projects outside, stuff that I wanted to be showing you that I've been videotaping and recording. And, well, one of my major monkey wrenches right now is the internet. Yeah, it's not a subject I want to get into because it's frustrating. But nothing I can do about it. Okay, cool. And this would shock people, I think. I didn't own a cell phone until like 3 years ago. Ever. Huh. got those apples for you. And I see the addiction to them. I see why they're so nice. But it's not my only form of communication. Yeah, obviously I'm doing a video here on YouTube. Another form of communication. Oh, hey, I'm old school. I know how to run a ham. Don't have my license, but I can run a ham. I know how to use a channel. I have CVs. I know how to work CVs, walkie-talkies. Those are important skills, because let's look at things now. Tell me where you can find a payphone this day and age. I actually found one around my area. I don't know if it works, but there's one sitting there. But really, there's no payphones. I mean, yeah, so we're quite reliant on our cell phones. Most people don't even, other than truckers, you don't see most people using CBs anymore. But it's a form of communication. And if, something would happen where communication would go down. But we're looking at it yesterday alone. And it's been an ongoing theme with internet outages. Internet companies going down. Well, when those companies go down, so does your cell phone. In most cases. Because in most cases you're connected to your provider. It also covers your cell phone. As in the case of, Spectrum yesterday. And a lot of people hate to get lost when that happens. It's like, because especially younger generations, that's all they got. They're so used to being online or searching, doing whatever they do on their phones. That, hey, it's a beautiful day out. Let's outside and enjoy it. Let's learn something outside. They miss out on most. It's like I know later tonight we're supposed to get storms every day, which I hate getting storms at night because you can't see them. That's when they're the most dangerous. That's when most of your fatalities happen. Tornadoes and stuff. That's when they come in at night because you don't see them. And if you live out in the country, you don't get warning. Other than the warning, it's a little bit too late, but you might not be able to get down to your basement if you have one. I watched a video last night. I don't know. I can't remember what channel it was on YouTube, but it was this old guy. He made which amazed me what he made it out of, actually. All those signs they use around the election time you see in everybody's yard? Yeah, well, come to find out it's a type of plastic. And he made a little, you guys, some of you might be, have you seen those bike motorcycle trailers, camping trailers that they tow behind the motorcycle? Bicycle. He made it out of this material. He only used like 3 pieces of wood. Everything he had was refurbished. I mean, he basically spent, I think he had about $150 into it. That was because of the stuff he added to it, like, the little stove he put in there. The whole thing was made of basically these plastic that they used for campaigns and stuff. And he used about 20 of them to make this thing. This thing was awesome. He took a little piece of foam, put it down the center. I mean, hell, it's like, really? He's got a mini camper that he can tow around behind his bike that weighs under 30 pounds. You can lift one-handed. Just literally, who would have thought it? He refurbished stuff. Refurbishing and reclaiming stuff is an important asset because it has value. It can be traded or it can be used to build things that you can't afford to build. Like me, I had a California King waterbed. Notice I used the word had. And it was given to me. And it was my pride. I still got the headboard, guys. I'm not going to tear up the headboard. but the mattress had to go on, and I just never replaced it because one, being back in my parents' back upstairs, there's no room for it. Trust me, there's no room for it. At least not in the room I'm in currently. It's just too big. And it'd really be too big for any place I would actually, when I move back out, the place I would go to, it's just too big. So I ended up taking the board that was setting up in the old 67 Chevy in the back of the truck up on the hill, just sitting there for years. It's been sitting there probably since the 90s. And I refurbished it, and like I said, I made a portable sawmill out of it. And I think some of you guys may have seen the boom crane that we've constructed. It's my dad's project, but I helped finish it up. It's almost done. Out of just the metal he has laying around. And, plus, it gave me a chance to rework on some old skills that I haven't used in a long time, like stick welding, which I absolutely hate. But I'm actually quite good at it. Surprised me because I haven't stick welded in close to 10 years. Not 10, 7. But it's been a long time even after that. You know, just like animals. You know, we have abundance of wildlife. We don't hunt on our property though. It's not really big enough to hunt on anyway, but we don't. We have neighbors that let us hunt on their property. But, if the scenario ever came about, we have abundance of wildlife that calls our property home, and we can not hunt it. And I'm sure the hunters out there, they know what I'm talking about. These animals are smart. They know when that season comes around, you have a bunch of deer you see all the time out there, and as soon as that open season comes around, where'd they go? Yeah, they're not stupid. And that's also, by being aware, you know these things. And for some of you, some people are vegetarians, they'll never eat meat. Well, doesn't mean you can't kill them to trade for vegetables, grains, and stuff that supply your diet. See, being vegan doesn't mean that you can't still be a vegan. You're just not going to eat the meat. And in some cases, you might find being a vegan is probably, you might reconsider your choice there. But that's a personal choice. There's nothing wrong with that. That comes with it. You may experience it. That's the other thing. Realizing that some things that you're used to, you might have to change. Some of your morals, values, and ideas, your habits will have to change. You have to be able to adapt to this situation. That's the important part of being prepared and being aware. The realization that you have to adapt. The reality is you have to be able to adapt to change to every situation. If you cannot adapt, you cannot survive. And that's the harsh reality. That's the harshest reality you'll come to learn. And usually it'll come from the experience of having to encounter that situation. Hopefully, in that situation, your instincts will kick in that will override those your mental ideas and thoughts. But there's also, like I said, you will never know until you encounter a situation. How do you prepare for that? You prepare for, like I'm doing right now, I'm just talking to you about it. By making you think about it. If you start thinking about it, start questioning yourself, what would you do in this situation? What would you do in this situation? You're not experiencing it, but you're preparing your mind for it so the situation would come up. That's why I don't knock all the doomsday preppers and all of that, because it makes people think. The chances and likelihood of something like that happening, the probability is quite great, quite low. But then again, we can't control nature. We can't control government. Well, we can, to a certain point, but we can't control what they do. When we put people in power, we've seen how that goes. They tell us one thing, we go do the opposite once they're elected. We can't control financial systems. They go up, they go down. Eventually, one day, they will crash. History has shown us that. The biggest talk right now is cryptocurrency stuff. I don't talk about it much because, I look at it, and I look at history. I look at what history has taught us about cryptocurrency. Well, bartering is a form of cryptocurrency, guys. Learn it. It's the most important skill you'll learn. And let me tell you something about bartering and cryptocurrency. Cryptocurrency has been around for a very long time, just called different things. You guys have been really introduced to it here of late through Bitcoin and all the numerous branches that branched off from it. For the younger kids, the gamers, people that play World of Warcraft, I know you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, you guys, the ones that like to play the auction house game, the ones, some of us would like to strangle from time to time. It's a form of cryptocurrency, because some people made money off it by doing that, selling things on the auction, buying things off the auction, selling it, causing the prices to go up, go down, fluctuate. It became a game within the game. And what they do is build up all the gold in the game and sell it for real currency. But in a sense, they were selling cryptocurrency. They were selling what? That's right, nothing. There was no property. There was no physical substance. And we're starting to see it more and more. Look at our banks. Those have banks. The chip things they put in their cards now. You're just slowly being processed and programmed for it. How much stuff can we actually buy off just by using our phone, by swiping our phone at the counters at places? Do I use a form of cryptocurrency? Yes, I have a PayPal account. I don't have access to touch that physical property. It's a cryptocurrency. Yes, we still call it American dollars, we call it cash, but it's not a physical, real property. Unless I go to the ATM and withdraw it. Or I have it transferred to my bank. But let's keep it real. The age we live in, how many people carry real cash on them? They might carry 20, 30 bucks, but they don't carry 100, 500 on them at a time anymore. Why? Because they just swipe their card. Their ATM card, which is almost obsolete now, guys. It's supposed to be just swipe at the cash register, because it's a debit card. Real cash is slowly disappearing. You know, used to be our cash was backed by gold. Now it's backed by oil. And the new thing is going to be, whether this Bitcoin is, it's going to be a chip of some sort. We will never touch physical cash. Or it'll be bartering for those of us that are going to stay away from that whole crypto thing. Because it's just another way to control you, because eventually they're going to put regulations on that. And nobody really knows what this currency is backed by. They just say, okay, there's this much of it. That's why we had some people have said, were buying it like $10 a coin or 10 cents a coin. Now we're multi-millionaires. Well, yeah, that only works, but there's still a cap there. It was a social experiment. I want to do with things I can physically touch or services I can give. My service is the cryptocurrency. My knowledge of the cryptocurrency, being a jack of all trades, allows me to. I can fix that for you. I need a little, some water or some food, or a room for the night, and trade. The more you can learn, the more you can take advantage. That's why I'm not knocking tech. I don't knock it. The more you can learn some of the old skills, other ways of doing things, how to refurbish stuff, how to make your own stuff, the more value you actually are worth. And you're aware of this, and other people will see this, and actually word will get around, hey, he's a craftsman, he knows how to build things. And they'll come to you. Interesting thought. My one friend will tell you that's exactly how the new cryptocurrency system will work, the new tech system. They want, if you see it, they're talking about it now. Robots coming in doing jobs, automated cashiers to where you don't see a person. Eventually everything came in. They got Florida someplace. Robots making pizza and delivering in 4 minutes to your table. Hello. So now you're going to be paid. He says you'll be paid based off your worth, what you contribute, what you know, your knowledge. It sounds good. Sounds like a control system. Sounds like to me, like I put in the chat tonight on a live stream I was watching, they were talking about it. Sounds like you're making, basically you want me to be a prisoner in my own home. You don't want me to go out. Let's look at that scenario for a second, guys. Walmart does it. I know a bunch of places doing it. Virtual tickets for movies. You don't have to leave your own home now. Once you got access to the internet, you can, as soon as that movie comes to the theaters, you don't have to go to the theater. You don't have to interact with people. You don't have to be in a crowded place. You can watch it from the comfort of your own home. I think it's Amazon. I can't remember the name of the new thing, but the new thing comes where, you place your order and they deliver it to you, whether it be McDonald's, Arby's, Pizza Hut, or a commodity that you buy. That's what they're going for. It kind of makes me feel like a slave to my own home. Or not a slave, a prisoner to my own home. It's like they don't want me outside my house or outside my property. I don't like that thought. Because then they tell me what I'm worth. That's the danger of the modern idea of cryptocurrency. That's the danger of the social experiment that they've done. And that they've slowly implemented on you already, that you just haven't realized it. That's the process of what I talk about, being aware of your surroundings, aware of yourself, when you start seeing these things, you start questioning these things, you start thinking about them, you start listening to other people, what they're talking about. You know, and it's where you guys can just say, oh, I'm self-hierarchy. Well, maybe I am. It does happen. We'll be prepared for it. Can you say the same thing? Because, like I said, we can't predict what anybody's going to do. We can't predict what the weather's going to do. Yeah, they say it's supposed to storm tonight. They've been saying that for the past 2 weeks. And we've got less than an inch of rain where I live. Our ground's so dry, it's cracking huge cracks. I've never seen that. I didn't even see that in the 90s when we had our drought. That was the worst ever in 100 years. You know, learning how to do your own stuff, make your own things is important skills that you need to be learning. Because by learning those things, it actually saves you some money. Because you don't have to pay somebody to go do it. You can do it. You can choose to pay somebody. You don't want to do it. You want to just, I don't want to mess with it. But you have that extra now to do that. And for those that might be wondering what this image is that I'm showing, that's actually where my mom was born and raised in Brazil, Cruzeiro do Sul. Where my family members took a picture. I thought it was appropriate. It's a nice setting, but it reminds me of also the town's grown. I haven't been there since I was 10. But what you don't see in that picture, they got bridges now that weren't there before, but there's a river. On the other side of that river is jungle, is the Amazon rainforest. You know, cities are nice, but also I realize that there's a jungle out there somewhere. Because that's what it will be if a major crisis happens and everything just goes to hell. That's, you know, yes, there's beauty there. It's a nice full moon. Beautiful little city, beautiful buildings and stuff. But it's also a trap. Because it's going to be where the most chaos is going to be. People, when a situation, when crisis erupts, what's the first thing that sets in? Panic. The need to flee, or the need to, because you're not prepared, the need to run to these stores, loot the stuff, shelves, and it's not going to be just you. It's going to be almost 90% of that city doing the same thing, and that's going to cause violence. I mean, we see it every day during the holidays, around Christmas time. You know, how or Black Fridays. We joke about it, we laugh about it, but we've seen how some of that goes. Ah, why am I talking about this? It's bringing awareness to a situation. Picture that on a more violent scale. More people trying to do the same thing, fighting over a piece of jerky, so to speak. Oh yeah. you want to be away from that. That's why I say, when I make my bug out preparations, or if I need to go somewhere, or I'm going to travel somewhere, my first thing is, this is probably the last subject I'm going to touch on. I don't know how long I've been streaming for. I haven't been paying attention. I've just been going with it. But the first thing I look for is, like I said, I talked about the topographical maps. I look for small towns. I want to stay far away from big cities, small cities, large towns. I want small towns, just in case. I want to stay more in the wooded area, out of the open. One, it protects me from the elements, it protects me from the sun, and it protects me from other people roaming around or scavenging. But it also gives me access to wildlife, edible plants, stuff I can survive on. Knowing when it's better to travel at night than during the day. Yes, at night you have to deal with some predators, but in this case, traveling during the day you deal with less predators, but you deal with the most dangerous kind of predators, the two-legged kind. Knowing these things and understanding these things means you get another day to live. You're one step ahead of everybody else that didn't think about these things. Who blew these things off, said we're all crazy. You're avoiding the chaos. You're avoiding the pandemonium. You're avoiding the people that are just in shock, don't know what to do, that can't adapt quickly enough to the situation that's in front of them. Most of us, that's why we live out in the country. We enjoy it. We enjoy the quiet life. We enjoy the fact that we can grow our own stuff, collect our own water. We have our own wells. We have smaller communities around us that we're more close-knit with. And so when you're looking for places like that, you want out-of-the-way areas, but you don't want to isolate yourself either. You don't want to be, as I was talking with the cryptocurrency a little bit there, you don't want to create your own prison either. You want to be around people of like-mindedness, people that can contribute, that can see their value in you and you as an asset to their group or community. These are the things that I'm going to touch on in these videos. Yes, I'm going to do the videos that you've seen. That's not going to stop anything, especially because their matters I find important as well. And some of those matters I think we should find important as parents, like I talked to Sid today about the little badge piece that some certain fake news group did decide to do with, the Tickle Me Red Doll thing, furry thing, because something else you need to realize, our children at the youngest age are more susceptible, and that's how they trained us. That's how they programmed us, so to speak, to accept these things. That's why these generations we've seen that we're looking at now are the way they are. Some of it was for the good, a lot of it I see it right now is for the bad. I bring up children for a reason. If we ever deal with a crisis like that, that's not going to be a place to be raising a kid. If you have them, you're going to have to protect them. You're going to have to know how to provide for them. And that can be a good thing, 'cause that's going to put you in that survival mode, that protection mode. It's going to make you do things you wouldn't normally do to protect your child, to protect the ones you love. There's nothing wrong with that. But you're also not going to want to probably have kids during those time periods. Not unless you're in a community setting. But then you also have to remember, in a community setting, you're supporting the community. So the more mouths you bring in, the more you're taking from the community. These are subjects that we'll cover later in other topics. Just right now we're sticking to the basics. The common sense stuff, like that probably shot common sense up a while ago. I know I probably got off the basics, but I'm just flowing with it. That's what I like about these certain topics. Because in a sense I'm still sticking to what my title is, preparing and being aware. It's very important. Know your work, know your skills, learn new skills. Don't rely on tech for everything. Right now, use it though. I'm not saying don't. I'm saying use it. Use it to educate yourselves. But also remember, if solar flare hits, heaven forbid, or we've been hearing a lot of cyber attacks shutting things down. If the grid ever goes down, you're going to, as I brought up and mentioned, Spectrum, we've had a bunch of huge internet outages and cell phone coverage outages. Have another means, because yeah, it's great to have it on computers saved, but you have to have energy to be able to open them up. I mean, yes, I save a lot of stuff onto portable hard drives because, well, frankly, I can't afford to be paying all that money on the printing paper and printing cartridges to print all that stuff out. But I have backup stuff, so I can plug my laptop in and my portable hard drive. I have charging stuff to charge my phone, so I can bring up that information that I have and refresh it. Right? I'm slowly, the real important stuff that I'm slowly building my own archive, library of how to do things. When I see an old book of how to do old woodworking things, or an old electrical book that's, at a garage sale, 5 cents, 10 cents, $1. Hell yeah. I might not need it. I might not ever need it, but somebody else might. Because eventually, we're not going to be able to power our generator. Eventually, we're not going to want to be using that wattage and sacrificing it to our computers to power it up, and eventually our computers are going to burn out. Or the battery cells or something, So don't forget, the paper products still have value. They actually have more value. Especially when they're teaching skills. And that is also a part of being prepared and being aware. Being aware enough to know that, yes, these old books, these old educational books that taught us how to build things, our old college books from engineering or whatever we did, will have value. Because eventually, even in the worst case scenario, we'll never go back to the Stone Age. This is impossible. It never will happen. The farthest we would ever go back would be steam. I don't think we'd ever go back. I don't think we'd go back that far. Because we'll have all the electronics and stuff to rebuild infrastructures. But the farthest I see us ever slipping back, if anything like that would ever happen, would be the steam age. And I don't even think we go back that far. Not with what technology has progressed. Not with the solar, the wind generated stuff. One more note. I meant to cover this earlier. About knowing your surroundings, being aware of your surroundings. Here's one very important thing. Know where you're, besides your food supply, stuff maybe that you might have to scavenge it, or you might want to go out and get. Know where your nuclear power plants are. This is important, guys, because this is more for, this is getting down to the basics, but it's still the basics. Because knowing where they are, you never know when an accident will happen at one of these places. Fukushima is a very, very good example, and I wait for Mother Nature caused that. You know, if say our grid went down because of some cyber attack or something, no, with these nuclear facilities, yes, they have generators that will back them up, but they require people to keep them going and get the grid back up. If the grid don't come back up, these generators will run out of fuel. Then the reactors will start to happen what's happening, what happened in Chernobyl, what happened in Fukushima. And you do not want to be around these areas. So if your bug out location, which most people's bug out location will be nowhere near these areas, but no, these areas will be dead zones for the rest of our lives and our children's lives. And yeah. So position yourself away from them. As your bug out routes go through them, change them. You can find all that stuff on the map. Well, Google Maps, because that's why I'd love to see us get completely away from nuclear power energy. It's not a clean source. It's a very volatile, dangerous source that has major repercussions if anything ever went awry. And the real sad part about that, our weather will affect it. It'll pull the radiation through the wind currents, through the rain. So you want to position yourself far, far, far away. I mean, that's kind of hard because there's a lot of plants around. There's more than what most people think about. Actually, you can do a research check on that one to find out where all these plants are so you get far, far away. But even in that case, as we've seen some of that radiation stuff starting to come into California. It's been detected in the rain. And that's from Fukushima, that's clear in Japan. Finding its way onto the west coast. And they said it would, but they said it'd be many years, and all those many years is caught up. That's also being a part of being aware of your surroundings, knowing what's around you, what can be used and what can be harmful, what can be very dangerous. Nuclear's not the only thing that can be dangerous. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I'm going to be doing more and more of these videos. One second, I'm going to be doing more do-it-yourself videos. Because they're important. Maybe are more important than talking about the what ifs. Because if we can cover the basics, the common sense stuff, those what ifs, if they ever come about, we're already be prepared for them. We're prepared mentally. Like I said, we can't be prepared for something we haven't experienced. We can mentally prepare ourselves for that. We don't know how we're going to react when we come to that experience. At least by being mentally prepared and running scenarios and talking about it, we somewhat prepared ourselves so it won't be a shock. It'll be either we can or we can't. And we'll have to adjust and adapt and be able to and change to meet whatever that monkey wrench is at the time. But like I said, I hope you guys enjoyed. Feel free to leave comments if you like this video. Like it, share it. If you haven't subscribed, just subscribe so you know when I go live. Which, as you guys can see, I have no set schedule for this. I just, when I feel like it. And I kind of like it that way. And it allows me to, eventually I want to get to where I can interact with you guys more. Especially for, like I said, I want to do a series on what would you do. Until we get the followers and grow the channel. Get the subscribers to do that. For now, I'll do videos like this, covering the basics. Bringing up comments, events, stuff that maybe gets overlooked from the other guys. I've watched many of them. But eventually I want to get to that point where we can do what would you do, create scenarios. Now we have scheduled events, scheduled night, where we just pick a topic, a scenario, which was why I did the little pond at the beginning. We left our group of Interrupted Adventures. Yeah. And, like I said, this is fun. It's fun talking about these things. This shouldn't be doom and gloom. Because doom and gloom is not going to help us. Because when we reach doom and gloom, it's already too late. So we kind of want to keep these uplifting and fun, but at the same time, it's a serious matter. So I hope you guys enjoyed. I will see you in the next video that I do. Who knows what it'll be on, when I'll do it. No. Yeah, we know what I'm going to do it. Oh yeah, one more note. Tuesday. I said Wednesday on the chat earlier. Tuesday, 4th of July, Independence Day. I will be doing a live stream. And it will be about our independence, our freedoms, our liberties. The reason why we support that, or the reason why we're proud to be Americans, and proud to be free. And we'll discuss, it's going to be a part of my Great American Deception series, but it's going to be the end or the beginning one. I can't have decided which. It'll be the one where this ain't about the deception. This is about why we have these things, why we fought for our independence, why they mean so much, and why we're tired of seeing these things be used as deceptions against us. It'll be a place I will open a Uber conference so I can do call-ins, so you guys can share your views, share your stories, interact with each other, celebrate our Independence Day, our 4th of July with each other. So, for those that would like to tune in, I'll see you then. And I'll probably see you tomorrow and the day after. This way this week's been going, probably will be. And like I said, I got some more videos I want to do. And I want to keep going on with this stuff as well, just as much as the other stuff I've been doing. And this is also important. And this is also what this channel is geared around. It's geared around this, but it's also geared around our Constitution. We the people for the people. It's talking about things that is affecting us, things we want to see change, how we can make change, how we can prevent some of these doom and gloom scenarios that keep popping up, people keep talking about. Education on psychological warfare, programming, stuff like that. Things that have been used against us, the deception and the division that is within our communities. We're going to keep talking about all that stuff and much more. So I hope you enjoyed this far. I've enjoyed interacting with some of you, meeting some of you. Thank you for my Twitter followers. I'm glad it's nice to see it growing. Nice. Hopefully YouTube channel will start growing a bit more. I'm at 5 subscribers now. So that's a plus. But like I said, I'm letting this thing grow on its own as people find it, come across it. And it will. Like I said, I'm taking some lessons I've learned elsewhere. I want this thing to be pure, so I'm not trying to. That's why I even apologized for my earlier title in a video I did. I don't want to bait click. It was really bait clicking. It was just me not saying what it was because it was me censoring it. But so I wouldn't lose this channel, get this channel strike, or taken down. Because just other important things I want to discuss, and I don't want to ruin that. Which sucks. I don't do good at censoring myself. I can't stand it. We shouldn't have to, but when you're dealing with certain corporate entities, as I was talking about, I've seen what they've done to people's channels. But yeah, I'm not rich. I ain't a millionaire. In fact, I'm broke. To be truthful, I'm not working. And but yeah, like I said, and some people that know me, I live within my means, and a lot of people tell you I joke around with it about it, but it's actually true. Everything I own, I can pack up in 3 bags and a couple boxes. In fact, probably some of you guys have seen when I go out of camp, you'll see a couple of boxes I haven't unpacked when I came back from North Carolina. You know, yeah, 3 bags and 2 boxes fit all my stuff in the back of my truck. Huh. So, but, you know, I've got everything I could have possibly want. Well, not everything, but I got everything I need, and that's the important issue. Understanding your needs over your wants and being able to make sure your needs are taken care of and being able to take care of a couple wants from time to time to make you feel good. And like I said, I know eventually I'll be working again and some of my wants will be bumped into my needs. But I've also learned to deal with having a bunch of stuff. Yeah, it's nice, but you can't take it all with you everywhere you go, and you can't take it with you when you look it. So, and I don't have kids, so I don't have nobody to pass it down to. You guys enjoy. And if I don't hear from you, something comes up, I can't get back on here for till the 4th. You guys have a safe 4th of July weekend. You're going to drink and drive. If you're going to drink, please don't drive. Give your keys to somebody else or stay where you're at. I've lost quite a few friends over the years. You know, that's also being prepared and being smart and being aware. Hey, I'm going to drive. If I got to drive, I'm not drinking, or if I'm going to drink, I'm going to have somebody drive, or can't crash here if I'm partying here. You know, be smart. I'll see you in the next video, guys.